Muhammadiyah was born in Indonesia, especially in the province of Yogyakarta, in 1912 by Sheikh Ahmad Dahlan. He was inspired by the modernity Islamic thinking or movement, if you like Jamaluddin Al-Afghani, Muhammad Abduh, and Rashid Rida, that Mirna said about Al-Manat. And also, Ahmad Dahlan was inspired by the Surah Al-Ma'un. This is the core spirit, the core thinking of Ahmad Dahlan to break down the movement of Muhammadiyah. In Al-Ma'un, we know that Islam teaches don't mock your religions, to be rude with the orphans, to poor people, instead feed them, take care of them, give them the best education, health, food, and something like that. So this the spirit, and at the time in the early of 1990s, Indonesia was still a very less developed, because at the time Indonesia is not a country yet, because we got independent in 1945. So at the time it's still under the Dutch colonial and the local empire in Jogja, in many parts of Indonesia. So in the social historical context, and also influenced by the modernity way of thinking and the Surah Al-Ma'un, Ahmad Dahlan proposed to a principle of Muhammadiyah movement. The first is how to purify the faith, theological purifications, because a lot of syncretism between religion and culture, influenced by Hinduism, Buddhism, something like that. And also another part is not only focus on religion, not only focus on faith, but also how to implement the religions, how to implement Islam into the actual action, how to engage with people, how to make them a better life, something like that. Just briefly, what is Muhammadiyah did since in 1912 until now. There are three core aspects that Muhammadiyah focus on. The first is education, and the second health and social services, and then including the economic. So in education we have, so you can just this kind of data. So we have 176 universities, more than 2,000 elementary schools and something like that. And in health, Muhammadiyah has 405 57 hospital and clinics, and maybe the next slide, Joe.
So they haven't done much, have they, really?
Yeah, that's the hospital. That's one of the hospital Muhammadiyah has, and the second one is the floating hospital, a boat that's just launched a couple weeks ago. This especially to serve people in the eastern part of Indonesia, because Indonesia is an archipelago. So this specifically serve people who live in coastline and a small island in the eastern part of Indonesia. So it's difficult to reach to build the hospital or something like that. So the Muhammadiyah make this boat, and after Muhammadiyah launched this boat, we got another 5 boats from one international philanthropy organizations. They give Muhammadiyah 3 another boat like this, and 2 from a private company in Indonesia. So now Muhammadiyah governed 5 or 6 boats, something like this, to serve people in the eastern part. This is the economic services, the Baitul Mal, credit unions, publishing one TV station, but it's still less developed, this TV stations. Alright, for Muhammadiyah, and Islam and also in Indonesia. Muhammadiyah believe that difference, whatever the difference is, your race, your religions, your mazhab, is rahmat. So if Allah wants to create us a similar, He can't, but He doesn't. He don't wants to. He doesn't want to create people in the same race, same ethnicity, same religions, or similar on everything. But He creates makhluk in a difference, in many kind of differences. So difference, Muhammadiyah believe that difference is rahmat. So we can unite in our diversity, not divide it. So we recognize that we have differences, but at the same time we also have similarities. So if we can bridge our differences, okay, let's talk about that. Let's find what we can deal with the differences. But if not, just put the differences for a while, and let's talk about our similarities with what we can do together. Okay, we are different, but okay, if we have the same objective, same purposes, we have same whatever the similarities, what we can do together. It will be better than we prolong the debate of the differences, and sometimes the debates can divide the people, the ummah, people living in the grassroots. Sometimes they are confusing what the leaders debate about, what they should do, what they should behave toward the differences. So I think it is better that if the Islamic leader that they tends to show the similarities, even though differences is undeniable, but probably it's better that just put it a while if the debates if there's no solutions for the differences, because often that the difference is taking place in the aspect of a branch, a furu, not an usul, not on a core principle of Islam, like about tawhid, the principle of Islam, principle of iman. We also do prayer, but the fiqh of prayer may be different or something like that. And Muhammadiyah propose that they refuse syncretism, the mix between culture and religions, but Muhammadiyah doesn't reject a culture. So instead, Muhammadiyah recognized that there is a line, there should be a line between what is we call part of religion, what is part of culture. So Muhammadiyah just wants to put culture in the right place. So they don't reject a culture. So sometimes culture can be a great instrument for dawah, using culture to tell people. Sometimes it's more effective than using a normative instrument. And the last part is about how Muhammadiyah dealing with politics, state and society. Muhammadiyah believe that the form of a state, whether khilafah, empire, authoritarian, or democracy, is still debatable in Islam. So there is no one single form of a state in Islam. So that's why it's still debatable. So that's why Muhammadiyah accept the form of a state, like in Indonesia, using democracy political system. The fundamental thing is not only the form of the state, but how to spread the influence of Islam and the Islamic values across the country. Even though Indonesia is not an Islamic state, I mean, not the law is not formally based on Islamic law. So that's why Muhammadiyah don't want to go further or prolong the debate about the form of the state. So Muhammadiyah wants to move beyond this debate. So, for example, like more focus on something more important for people, for society. Like now Muhammadiyah have a fiqh of disaster management, fiqh of water, fiqh of anti-corruption, something like that. Muhammadiyah think that all of these things is more important for people for the future. In Indonesia, we have 5 core principles. We call it Pancasila. It's from Sanskrit language. Pancha means 5, Sila means a principle. So the principles are God is one. The second is about humanity, justice, and civilizations. The unity of Indonesia. And the fourth is the principle of a democracy. So people are governed through wisdom or hikmah, consultations, and representations. And the 5 is social justice for all. So what Islam in Indonesia and the British Muslim can learn about in both sides. Indonesian Muslim, the first of all is Indonesian Muslim, I think, can learn from the British Muslim how to live as a minority. Muslim in Islam Indonesia is majority, but some part of Indonesia they are so minority. For example, like in Hindu, like in Bali, the majority people are Hindu, or eastern part of Indonesia they are either Christian or Protestants or other religions, but Islam is a minority in eastern part. So I think they should learn how to be minority in where they live. And second is I saw in a couple months that about a visit my mosque, a mosque day open or something like that. That's the mosque opened the doors for the other religions to come to dialogue, to discussion or something. This uncommon in Indonesia. Sometimes people think that mosque is for Muslim and the church is for the Christians. So Muslim never go to church, and then the other religions don't come to our mosque. So I think this one Muslim Indonesia should learn from the British and how to struggle with the Islamophobia. I know because you are minority, so probably the case of Islamophobia is more significant here than in Indonesia. And on the other side, the British Muslim probably can learn from Indonesia is how to be a Muslim and British at the same time. Just majority in Indonesia, we proud to be a Muslim, but we also proud to be an Indonesian. There's almost no contradiction between how to be an Indonesian, how to be a Muslim. So they can perform our Indonesian and our Muslim at the same time. So we can deal with any differences with any mazhab or something like that. As long as you are Indonesians, we are one or something like that. So we have the debate, we have the differences, but the feeling of to be Indonesian sometimes can decrease the tensions between with other people that have a different mazhab or different organizations. And the second is expanding the movement, probably how to blend with people in the UK. Probably if British Muslim can expand the contributions, for example, like education, not only for Muslim, but for all people, or economic contribution, or whatever contribution that British Muslim can give to the people, to the wider community. Probably it will an instrument to blend with them to become a British, something like that. And the last thing is how to dealing and respecting culture and Islam. So we should not contradict culture and Islam, because as I said, sometimes we can use culture, and I believe that we can't live without culture because it's part of our blood, part of our ancestry, something like that. And also Islam is our religion. So yeah, it's quite difficult to separate, divided in the hard line between culture and we just know that recognize, okay, this is culture and this is Islam. So yeah, we can match them, and yeah, we can use it together.